Thoughts on Curtis Warren? Thoughts on Curtis Warren getting out? I can't wait for him to get out, to be honest. He needs to be on the streets, lah. He needs to be in this city. And he'll have a boss idea about how the Clinton cartel came into this city and done what they fucking done. They only done it because he wasn't here. Do you understand what I'm saying? If he was still in that city at that time, there's no way the Irish cartel would have just came in and done what they done. But because he was in custody and couldn't really do what he wanted, he couldn't do nothing. But if he would, look, I'm not glorifying or bigging Curtis Warren up, but you've got to understand the power he had within the city. You know, he was around Tommy Gilday and people like that when I was around Tommy Gilday. So when I'm a kid, when I'm around Tommy, and I told you I was driving with him, I'd go everywhere with him, I'd see all his associates, didn't matter where they were from, I was just in a Pazzy seat with him, going left, right and centre with him, right? We always used to go fishing, sea fishing, in Colwyn Bay in Wales, or we'd go to Scotland, you know, the big North Wall, where the North Sea is. There's a bridge there, we used to go there and fish, you know, for taupe. So years ago, without me knowing who I'm surrounded by, I used to be on these boats. Tommy had a boat called Georgia, named after his youngest daughter. And I used to be a little tea boy, you know, making tea for all these heads who didn't know who he was. But every time we went sea fishing, you'd have them, like the main heads in the city, all going on this fishing expedition. So I'd be in the middle of them making tea, not really aware of who he was until I grow up later on and, you know, start understanding it properly of what's what and who's who. So I've been round Warren, Curtis, I've made him a few cups of teas. He probably won't, he will remember me, because you could not remember me. I was just one of them cheeky cunts, you're on it. It's like, there was another occasion when there was a bit of trouble with a few kids from Wavertree. The Fitzies, the Fitzgibbon family, and some other family were having problems or something. And Tommy, because he was the powerfulest in the city at that time, the majority of individuals went to him to be a referee in this straighten the situation here on it. So in Joe Platt's gym on Hawthorne Road, we used to go there, me and Tommy, on a regular and watch straighteners with different people from all over the city. You know, to have the straighteners squash the beef and carry on doing what they're doing. Kevy FC was my dad's mate. Who was? So anyway, I'd be on these boats with all this Curtis Warren and all that. Curtis Warren, Joe McNally, George Senior, Mick Carroll, not the baghead one, the dangerous one, that I think he's passed away now. There was all sorts of naughty individuals on these boats when we were going fishing, but you only realise them as you're growing up. So when I'm growing up, I'm going, have I been round him? You know, I was taught well. You know, the morals that got put in me off Tommy Gilday still exist today. I weren't taught by them gang of Farleys. I was taught by Tommy and his firm. I'm different. Different capacity, different way of doing things. And that's the way, that's basically it. But then Tommy passed away with pneumonia, and that was it. Tommy Gilday is dead, yeah, rest in peace, God bless his family. His ma and dad were funny, lad. And Eddie. So let me get back to the statement with the Fitzies. So in Tommy's garden, this is the first time I've ever met the Fitzies, right? But I've always had a powerful headlock, you know, a solid headlock. And Tommy used to love it. He used to love it. And you know, because he was a kid. And he used to make me get, like, his brother Eddie. Like, one day he said, Eddie, get here, lad, Fields Aaron show. Right, so I've got Eddie Gilday like this. And he can't get out. He's spitting, nearly going to sleep. And he was dying to weigh me in. You know what I mean? But he wouldn't let him. Anyway, we go a few months forward. Some beef's happened somewhere. They've contacted Tommy, they want a straightener, bam, can he, you know, be the man in the middle sort of thing. So he's went, yeah, go ahead, bring it to me garden. Now in Anfield, in Tommy's garden, it's massive. It was big enough for a straightener. Anyway, the Fitzies have come. I'm not... Who's the one with a twitch? One of them had a twitch years ago. No, off the steroids, all the time. I think it was that Jason and nonce. But anyway, same again. Get him by the neck, Darren. You sure, Tommy? Yeah, just get him by the neck. So I've come behind him and just went bang. He's trying to wrestle me off this bum, but he's not getting me off, you're on it. They were all just laughing at him, and he was just stood there, cheering. You know, juiced up, things popping out of his head. This is all true, mate. This is all true, That was my first interactions with the dirty Fitzies.